I've been getting really fed up with iCloud. It used to be, when it first came out, iCloud, you know, putting all your stuff in the cloud, nice and safe, synchronize everywhere. So you've got a laptop, an iPhone, an iPad, you take a photo or a video on your iPhone, and almost immediately it's on your iPad and on your laptop. Absolutely excellent service. Maybe 5 years ago. Today, I find it completely annoying because I've got a 256 gigabyte iPad, and I pay for the 2 terabyte iCloud service, and that's about £8 a month. On a regular basis, now 3 times iCloud has told me it's full when I've still got 700 gigabytes available, and that's a problem at their end. So I'm really fed up with it, and I'm making a plan to move away from iCloud. It's gonna be a really different way of working. My workflow is going to change completely. My workflow currently is take the videos on the camera, which is a Lumix G80 with a 12-60 lens, kit lens. There's a link in the description below if you want to go and see what that is. I take the SD card out, put it into my SD card reader for my iPad, load them into Photos. That then synchronizes, pushes them up to the cloud, keeps them all safe, so that if I ever lost my iPad, I would have them in other places. And then use the iPad and LumaFusion, which is excellent, and no issues with that at all, and I love it, to edit the videos, pop the music in, edit the sound and all the transitions and stuff, and then export it to YouTube. Once that's done, pop into YouTube and just edit the thumbnail picture that you see before the video plays, and make sure the title and description are right and include all the right things. So that's my current workflow for putting a YouTube video on. Now it's going to have to change, because what I've decided is to buy a big hard drive. I've got a couple of hard drives around, and one that I'm using is excruciatingly slow, and it's not networkable. So what I've discovered is the Western Digital wireless, I think it's the Wireless Pilot Pro. So there's a link in the description below if you want to go and see what that is. And the great thing about that is that it has its own SD card slot. It has its own Wi-Fi network, so I can just take the card out of the camera, pop it into the drive. It will then automatically, and these are settings, I haven't got the drive yet, it's on its way. These are settings that you can make to take new photos and footage and load them onto the drive, and they'll be ready for use. Then from LumaFusion I can connect to my Western Digital Wi-Fi drive and load the footage in, and there'll be a future video about how that workflow is going and how that works, and maybe a recommendation on whether to do that or to go back to the other way. I can't imagine that I would. However, iCloud currently costs me about £8 a month. The new hard drive, which is the 4 terabyte hard drive, huge storage capacity, twice that I have in iCloud. And the reason I went for that big one, they do other ones. They do a 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 3 terabyte, 4 terabyte, and they do other drives that are cable attached up to 16 or 20 terabytes, so you can get really big drives, but the wireless ones go up to 4 terabytes. The reason I went for the 4 terabyte drive is that I have 1.3 terabytes of data sitting in iCloud, and we're going to have to take my laptop to a cafe for a couple of days and trawl through my iCloud, downloading and deleting all of that data so that it gets down to below, I think it's 50 gigabytes, something like that, or maybe it's 200 gigabytes. I can't quite remember what the next tier down is. They have three tiers. I think the free one is 5 gigabytes. Then there's another one, the middle one, which might be 200 or 50 gigabytes, I'm not sure. And then they have the 2 terabyte tier. The disappointing thing, and I've been an Apple advocate and customer since 1989, and the disappointing thing for me when I spoke to Apple Technical about the problems I'm having, and the question for me was, well, what happens when I fill up 2 terabytes? Their advice was, well, you'll have to delete things you don't need. I mean, 2 terabytes is a lot of storage, but to tell people it's like saying, well, what happens when my shoebox that I keep my photos in is full? What do? Well, you go out and get another shoebox, right? But no, there are no shoeboxes available in terms of iCloud. You have to throw away some of those prized photographs that you've taken 20 years ago. Not good enough, Apple. Not good enough. I'm moving away from iCloud. I'm downgrading from the £8 a month premium service that you offer, which turned out to be pretty bad, and going to my own personal storage. Might mean I need to buy 2 drives to keep it safe, or it might mean that I need another cloud storage that doesn't do all the synchronization stuff. But there we are. So disappointed, really. But there you are. I'll tell you what the drive is like when it arrives, and I'll do a full review of that wireless drive with the SD card reader in it. Interesting stuff. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon so you get reminders when we upload a new video. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye for now.